Hey, Fretlam here. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the ways that you can actually start turbocharging your store to increase conversion for every single visitor that is going towards your website. Now to turbocharge your store, it's actually pretty simple. All you really have to do is to check out the Shopify apps within Shopify. Shopify apps are basically built to make your store perform better. And Shopify apps is a platform for third-party providers like ZeroUp is one of them, and other developers that enhances the core of Shopify, which is e-commerce. Now, Shopify apps is a complete marketplace, which is called the App Store, for developers like us to create a business to maintain and updates without needing Shopify's own expense. So Shopify really wanted to make sure that their focus is going to be their CRM system, the processing, and the checkout and the experience for an individual to run an online store. So they can't do everything. So what they have done is that they have opened up a marketplace called the App Store for developers to actually create apps to enhance their store performance. Now, inside the App Store, here's a breakdown of what the categories are within the Shopify App Store. There are new and noteworthy, which are new releases of Shopify apps that a lot of people are checking out. Number 2, there's marketing. Anything that helps you with marketing side of your store is going to be available. There are sales, there's social media, there's shipping, there's inventory, there's accounting, there's customer service, there's reporting, there's tools, and last but not least, there are sales channels. So anything that you can think of that you believe that Shopify is missing, you can actually find them inside the App Store to enhance your store's conversion. Now, here's the truth about Shopify apps. Some are an absolute must-have, and I will have more details in this video to share with you some of the ones that you obviously have to have in your store. Some are not needed at all. So you want to actually check to see what works best for you and if it even makes sense for you to actually have that app in your store or not. Some are okay, but they're not really that important. And again, because the App Store, it's a marketplace for developers to continue to create new apps to enhance the Shopify experience, there are always going to be new apps released. So definitely check it out from time to time, as there may be some new stuff that comes up that will help you and your business. Now, here's a note that I want you to actually remember. The more apps you have, the slower your site is going to be. If you really care about the load speed, which is very important for a website, then having too many apps will actually slow down your website, and you don't want that to happen. So here's my recommendation. Start with our recommended apps first, and then explore yourself to find out what works best for you. Now, here are the list of the must-have Shopify apps. There are Sales Pop, Pixabay, Abandonment Protector Plus, Willio, Order Lookup, Shopify Descendly, and obviously, last but not least, ZeroUp Lab. Now, let me actually go in depth into every single one of them. App number 1 is going to be the Sales Pop by Beacon Ting. Sales Pop is a real-time notification of recent sales to increase customer buying confidence on your website. It is used to build trust and credibility by letting customers know what other shoppers are buying on your store. It's essentially a selling tool to create sense of a busy store and boost sales. So here is an example of how Sales Pop looked like. At the bottom left hand of the screen, or wherever you desire to have them in, we usually put it at the bottom left hand corner, it will show the person or your recent sales of your store showing up, so that when a visitor or a prospect goes to your store, they actually see that there are real people buying on your website, so it gives them a confidence to give you their credit card information. The next one is going to be called Pixabay. Pixabay creates super responsive custom audiences and conversions based on each individual product you sell to make Facebook ads optimize better with lower cost per purchase. It also has the ability to create dynamic product retargeting ads in Facebook. So if you actually ever go to Amazon, check out their product but didn't buy, and that same product been following you around Facebook, well, Pixabay can actually help you accomplish that. Pixabay also break down your custom audiences into powerful segments based on your users' activities to use for Facebook ads. Now, in this video, I won't go in depth about Pixabay, but when we set up our Facebook ads, I will share more information about Pixabay and how it can really help you with you and your business. Now, app number 3 is called the Abandonment Protector Plus. So before we go into Abandonment Protector Plus, I want to make sure that you understand what's an abandoned cart. In a typical Shopify buying process, there are 5 different steps that your visitor would have to go through. Step number 1 is obviously visiting your product page to check out what you have for sale. Then step 2, they're going to review the cart page to see if that's exactly what they want and the quantity that they want. Once they click on checkout, then it will go to step 3. It will initiate the checkout process, which we call this billing page number 1. Now on billing page number 1, Shopify will only ask for all the shipping information, including their email address or phone number if you set that as mandatory. And the customer would actually have to enter all their information first, then goes to step number 4, which is collecting their payment information. They can actually select PayPal or enter their credit card information, and we call that billing page number 2. And in step number 4, this is when the customer will actually see what the shipping amount is going to be. So essentially you are going to be collecting, or I should say having all the customer's information first, and then they will be asked for their credit card information. And at that point, when you ask for their credit card information, then they will see if there is shipping involved or not. Now, once they actually say, okay, put in their credit card information, then they will go into step number 5, which is the purchase confirmation page, which is the order receipt. Now, in step 3, like I said earlier, customers enter all their information in, including their email address, so that when the customer do not finish the purchase, it's called an abandoned cart. So when they actually go into step number 3, put in all their information, their shipping, their phone number, their email address, and they go to the next page, which is asking for their credit card information, this is where a lot of people actually just leave the cart. And there are several reasons why people will leave the cart. Maybe number 1, they have a second thought and don't want to finish the order. Number 2, they may have been busy all of a sudden, or their boss saw them that they were just serving online and they closed the browser right away. Or number 3, when there is a shipping involved, they don't want to play shipping. Now, on average, abandoned cart rate is around 60% for e-commerce. So it is okay if you see a lot of people that are actually leaving your cart. Now, that said, it is the lowest hanging fruit for your company, and as a matter of fact, it is the easiest way for you to actually capture your revenue back. So that's why I recommend you guys to actually look at Abandonment Protector Plus. Now, if you're using Shopify Basic Plan, which is $29 a month, and if you use my link, you will have 10% off. You will have a default Shopify Abandoned Cart Recovery email. But I have to tell you, that email does not inbox well, and you can only send out one email. Now with Abandonment Protector Plus, you have the ability to actually create an automation of emails for anyone that abandoned carts, and you have the ability to send out 3 different emails at different times. So instead of just obviously having one email to remind them, you could have 3 emails to remind them. Now the best thing about Abandoned Cart Protector Plus is that it also gives you the ability to create what we call advanced campaigns. So if there are any specific e-commerce strategy that you're using, for example, we're talking about all about tripwire method. If you have a lot of products in your store that is tripwire method, obviously if anyone that is checking out with your free plus shipping offer or the tripwire method, You don't want to offer them a free shipping coupon code. However, if you may have some products in your store that is charging shipping, but people are leaving because they don't want to pay shipping, then at that time, well, guess what? You can create an advanced campaign for any product that has shipping charge to offer a free shipping code. So with the advanced campaigns, you're literally given the ability to segment whatever strategies that you're using to send out whatever email automation of abandoned cart recovery strategies that you want to your customers. Now, the fourth app is going to be called Willio. Willio is the world's first interactive exit intent pop-up. There are a lot of people that are trying to copy them because they've seen how massive the success that they have. What Willio does is that it's a lead generation tool on steroids. It's an interactive intent pop-up that makes customer want to give you their email address. Willio is proven to increase your conversion and sales by simply using coupons and gamification, because the person would actually have to spin the wheel, see how much discount that they can get, and they would actually have to give you their email address in order for them to actually get that coupon. And the best thing about Willio is that it's fully customizable with third-party integration such as SendLane, MailChimp, and all the other email service provider that they have, so that you can actually automate an entire email marketing campaign for anyone that actually sign up with Willio. Now, here's an example of how Willio looks like. So if you see on the left, you'll see that they have a spinner, and it just says different discount if they have no luck. And what will happen is that your visitor would actually have to give you their email address before they can actually see how much percentage discount that they can actually get. It's kind of like those scratch and win kind of thing. People love these stuff because it is gamification, and they always want to win something, like win something special or win a deal, and it just increase your conversion rate on getting customers' email address. Now, the fifth app is going to be called Order Lookup. Order Lookup provides an automated on-demand customer service for your customer's order and tracking information, and it reduces customer inquiries of order status and tracking by 80%. So with Order Lookup, it saves you time, money to answer repeated customer inquiries, which is, where is my order? And here's an example of how Order Lookup looks like. Essentially, the person just have to put in their order ID that they actually have received from you after they bought, and they can see exactly on your website where the product is or where the package is. So this way, it completely reduces your time spending on customer service, because a lot of people are just going to email you and ask, where's my product? Well, guess what? With this link over here, the customer themselves can actually see exactly where this product is, and it actually tracks ePacket at the same time. Now, the sixth app is called Shopify to SendLane. You want to have a email automation or email service provider to actually host or store all your customers' email address. Now, you can use MailChimp or Klaviyo if you like, but I recommend SendLane because in all my businesses, I use SendLane. And with SendLane, it gives you the advantage of obviously building an email list for free when it comes to e-commerce. Remember, when we're using the Tripwire method, our goal is to actually break even. So if that Tripwire product can pay for the ad, pay for the cost of goods, you're essentially getting customers' email address for free. And email is the #1 asset for an online business. Ask anyone that owns an online business or even a local business, they know the value of an email list. And the bigger your email list is, obviously, the more money that you will actually make. And remember, profits are generated through promotions via emails. Because again, you got these email addresses all for free. And if you email your customers, email your prospect list, guess what? It doesn't cost you an extra penny, and you can actually get them to buy on your website, feature a latest product, give them a coupon code, so that you're basically communicating with your customers, asking them to come back to your website to actually spend more money. Now again, my recommendation is SendLane, and there's a full integration in place with SendLane to Shopify. all you got to do is simply just Google Sandlink Shopify, and there will be a complete article on showing you exactly how you can actually have Sandlink synchronized with Shopify using one of their apps that they have created. Now, last but not least, obviously the best app out there in the entire marketplace, which is actually, I should say, it's not even listed in the marketplace, is actually Zero Up. Zero Up Lab can help you click store creation. So instead of spending a couple hours building your website, click a few buttons, you will have your entire e-commerce site up and running. We also have a product engine that is synchronized with AliExpress so that you have millions of products to sell. Just click one button and you will automatically have that product right into your store. And if a customer actually buys from you, we have a 100% order fulfillment automation. So you don't actually have to go into AliExpress ever again. Our system will automatically fulfill the product for you and also send the tracking information to your customer. We also have an advanced email integration. So if there are any email service provider that you are not using, that you are using, and that they do not have a sync or a feature or an app in place with Shopify, we have it under our email integration. We also have a tool called the Profit Multiplier. It is proven to increase your sales or your average order value right at the tail of your sales funnel. We also have a drag and drop funnel builder. Like I said, with Tripwire Method, your goal is to break even, and for you to actually make money, you want to build a sales funnel. And we have an entire drag and drop funnel builder where you don't even have to worry about coding or anything. Just drag it, type it, and you will have your entire sales funnel built. Now, on top of all that, we also have extensive training inside Zero Up Lab, and every single week I have new training that I have through a coaching call called the Starting From Zero Bootcamp. So again, Zero Up is not just a all-in-one software tool, but we also have a lot of training, a lot more in-depth than what you guys are learning in the Zero Up Lite series. Now, again, here's a recap. Please go ahead and start installing the recommended apps for your store. We're talking about Sales Pop by Beaconton, Pixelbay to supercharge your Facebook pixel, the Abandonment Protector Plus, Willio, Order Lookup, and Sendlane. And I also encourage you to explore the App Store frequently because there may be new apps that comes up here and there, and some of the apps that are recently released may actually help you with your store. So check out maybe every other 2 weeks or every week to actually see if there's any new apps in place that you know will actually help your store's performance. Now, last tip for you, please check out Zero Up Lab. I just shared with you guys exactly what Zero Up Lab can do, and if you guys are interested in joining Zero Up Lab, all you got to do is simply go to www.zerouplab.com/Fred. Alright, so that's it for this video, guys. Go ahead and install these recommended apps. Once you have that done, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.